the enlightening sessions that we are having through this platform, which is an initiative taken up by Jagran Group, बदलाव. और बदलाव बहुत अहम है. बदलाव के बगैर तो कुछ है नहीं. Change is essential, and that keeps all of us going. I have a very elite panel of guests, and I would like to thank all of them for taking out time. Let me start with the questions because we are already running late. My first question is for Dr. Tina Sharma. She is National Advisor, Ministry of Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises, Government of India. Tina ji, जब हम बात करते हैं वुमेन एम्पावरमेंट की, वुमेन एंटरप्रेन्योर्स की, तो एक सबसे बड़ा चैलेंज जो है वो है क्रेडिट. फाइनेंस अवेलेबिलिटी नहीं उनको मिलती प्रॉपर, एंड मोस्ट ऑफ द वुमेन हैव टू शट शॉप्स वेरी टू सून. इट्स जस्ट दैट बिकॉज बहुत सारी फॉर्मेलिटीज़ होती है बैंकिंग सिस्टम में भी होगी, चाहे वो NBFC हो, चाहे वो बैंक्स हो. Collaterals, the assets they own, they are being given credit on collaterals, right? Collaterals नहीं है तो credit लेना आपके लिए बहुत मुश्किल है. तो ऐसे में empowerment की जब हम बात करते हैं तो कितना आगे हम बढ़ चुके हैं?
I'm so sorry. Hi. I think there are a few things which are not very clear to the people, especially to Tier 3 cities, because I strongly believe that when I was, before joining Government of India in 2020, that was my first tenure was with Mr. Nitin Gadkari when he had this ministry with him. Prior to that, I worked on Government of Uttar Pradesh and Uttarakhand. I was policy advisor to the state. I realized that, going on ground makes me more viable while talking policy. You can read, you can study, you can do doctorate in policy, and you can go on any platform and talk policy. But then when you work on ground, you realize that what kind of challenges people feel and what kind of, myths people have. On the contrary, I've realized today also people don't know that, they can just one finger put on Google and can find so many policies and can access them and can enable them. But that is not happening because we have a habit of, finding somebody. Somebody was talking about mentorship. I understand mentorship is very important, very, very important. But nowadays, the authentic mentorship is only provided when you pay money. A lady has to pay 50,000, 1 lakh rupees to get some mentorship, or even on exports, imports, anything. I mean, you beat any platform. There are people who are running these platforms, but you have to pay some advance payment to learn that skill, which is not happening. Anyways, so coming back to the, enabling women, I think there are many portals. Government has done recently in February board meeting, we've done MOU with SIDBI. SIDBI is doing wonderful work on the ground. Earlier we had Stand Up India, Startup India, which I personally feel that, is good schemes for women. And there are many other schemes where collateral free, or not collateral free things are working out. But you have to have a kind of, understanding about MSME, which has to go to Tier 3 cities. And also to understand that, for us also, I mean, probably many of us in the room would be surprised or would be, not knowing that, going on Google, finding Paisa Bazaar, finding Credit Enable, finding Credit Line, these are the NBFCs. You can just call them. It's just a call away. You just call them, get to know all the facilities, what they have. They will facilitate you. They are the interface between government and you. And that's very, very easy, which is not happening. I think we are, the credit, marketing, these are the issues. But government has made it so easy, it is no way issue. That I can assure you sitting here on the panel. Thank you very much.
I have with me Simriddhi Bhattacharya, Director Small Businesses, Dell India. Simriddhi, your company has taken up initiatives for more inclusive, creating an inclusive ecosystem for facilitating women entrepreneurs. So what are these initiatives and how do you think that is going to help the women at the grassroots level?
Thanks, Geetu, for the question. I'm glad you asked this because startup is something that is very close to Dell's heart. Okay, Dell started as a startup 39 years back, and that DNA is very much there in our ecosystem, personally speaking. So we have a lot of initiatives which are driven primarily towards startup. Women represent 51% of the world population. So that is one group we definitely cannot look away from. And like I was explaining some time back, women starts the startup twice as fast as women, but they fail 3 times as fast. And you know why? It is because they don't have proper information, they don't have proper access to capital, and they just don't know where to go. As a result, they shut down their startups. So Dell has put together a number of programs to help address these challenges around women. In 2009, and we are in the 14th year of this initiative, we started something called the Dell Women Entrepreneurship Network. Okay, so this is started with the idea that we have to bring women together on a common platform which facilitates for interchange of ideas, where women have easy access to information. And like Dr. Tina was mentioning, where is the free mentorship? And that is where Dell comes in, because every startup today, at least 90% of the startups, if you look at, are tech-enabled. And that is where we come on as advisors, as trusted advisors. We help these women understand by doing tech tear downs, by helping give them free sessions, knowledge sessions, master classes, how to bring up the tech stack and make it resilient for their business. So that is a very strong business that they will be building 2-3 years down the line. And after that, funds will follow. If we have a good product, funds will follow. So when I said Dwayne again, it also comes with the ability to connect the women to access to funds. So we have the fund hub there where women can go out and talk to the tech investors, whoever is interested in their business. When it comes to the grassroots level, we have a lot of tie-ups with different agencies. So we have one tie-up, let's say in Chandigarh, with Boss Ladies, where we are reaching out to the grassroots level through these agencies and helping promote technology. Maybe they don't need technology today, but tomorrow they will know that even if it is one laptop, technology is something that will make their businesses much more resilient and can stand the test of time. Apart from that, we have a strong forum of tech competitions or pitched panels, right? So we do it every year, couple of them, and it is called the Dell Tech Startup Challenge and also the Dream Tech Challenge. So we do it, and we see a lot of participation from women who come up and participate in this contest. We have given accessories and Dell laptops worth about $70,000 to help women set up their shops. So these are some of the initiatives that Dell is doing currently.
Right. I have Anshu Anand. She's founder, Anshu Anand, and advisor, member board of advisors, World Association of Small and Medium Enterprises. Welcome, Anshu. Anshu, one of the biggest challenges that women face while starting a business, and what do you think needs to be done to really make their life easy as far as access to credit, access to markets?
I think the most important aspect is to not see women as a separate category. I feel the categorization is also, very important to to notice that, okay, this is one category which is falling behind globally in terms of access to credit, which is the biggest problem. But besides that, also becomes a deterrent, because I feel there needs to be equality in terms of, the mindset shift I feel in the society is yet to happen, which I feel goes much deeper. That can happen by, I think, leadership and development kind of initiatives that are taken by the government bodies, regulatory authorities, or even the large companies like Dell. So where the leadership and development needs to be about understanding equality, understanding the equal capacity of a man and a woman in workplace, rather than just focusing on one gender. You know what I mean? So I feel when as a society, when we come to that level, where I enter the room for board meeting or investors, where I'm not entering because I'm a woman, but because I am an expert in that topic. I feel that is the point in time when the society would have shifted, which I feel would take a lot of constant effort on focusing equality rather than focusing on the development of one gender.
Dr. Tina, gender bias, you have closely worked at the grassroots level with the women entrepreneurs. This gender bias needs to go, but I think it is going to take a lot of time.
Honestly speaking, our society has given gender roles, and gender bias is by product of that. इसको मैं इस तरह से देखती हूँ कि घर में अगर लड़का पैसा मांग रहा है तो फादर देंगे, बिकॉज उनको लगता है इसने शादी करनी है, बच्चे पालने हैं. ये अभी भी कॉन्सेप्ट है. अगर हमें लग रहा है कि हम यहाँ बैठकर, बिकॉज जब मैं घर से निकली थी तो मैं सिर्फ 12th पास थी और मेरी शादी होने वाली थी और मुझे लगा था कि मुझे शादी नहीं करनी है. और मुझे आई कॉल्ड माई मामा कि मैं कुछ दिन आना चाहती हूँ, घर वाले नहीं मान रहे हैं, तो क्या कर सकते हैं. तो उन्होंने कहा आ जाओ, पूछो, ग्रेजुएशन का फॉर्म भरा है. मैंने कहा फॉर्म भरा है बट लगता नहीं है कि कॉलेज भेजेंगे. तो ठीक है, एनीवेज, तो मैं अपने मामा जी के पास आ गई और मैंने एक नौकरी ढूंढ ली. तो 1996 में जब मैंने पहली नौकरी ढूंढी तो मेरी नौकरी सिर्फ 1200 रुपये की थी और मैं गाज़ियाबाद से करोलबाग आती थी. तो 12th पास, ग्रेजुएशन का फॉर्म भरा, क्लास अटेंड नहीं की. तो ये एक माइंडसेट था. और बहुत सारे लोग कहते थे कि एक घर है, मेरे फादर गवर्नमेंट जॉब में थे, एक घर है, इसको कुछ पैसा कोलैटरल करके ले लो और अगर लड़की आपकी डॉक्टर बनना चाहती है तो बना दो. लेकिन मेरे फादर का माइंडसेट था कि नहीं, अगर ये घर है, ये भी कोलैटरल पे चला जाएगा तो कैसे होगा. मैं ये एग्जांपल इसलिए भी दे रही हूँ क्योंकि आई वेंट थ्रू दिस एंड मैंने अपनी सारी पढ़ाई सब कुछ शादी के बाद किया. इनफैक्ट तब किया जब मेरी बेटी 2 साल की थी और मेरी गोद में थी और मुझे ये समझाया गया कि ये बच्चा है, ये पति है जो शाम को ऑफिस से आएगा और ये किचन है जहाँ आपको काम करना है. तो ये जब सारी चीज़ें आप देखते हैं और आपको लगता है कि, और अचानक से ऐसा हुआ कि मैं हर बात पे ज़िद करती थी कि मुझे लगा कि नहीं, मुझे पढ़ना है, मेरी शादी करा दी. पापा के सामने हम रिवोल्ट नहीं कर पाए, लेकिन माई हस्बैंड अंडरस्टूड. ही सेंट मी फॉर फ्लाइंग बिकॉज मैं सिर्फ 12th पास थी एंड ही आस्क्ड मी कि तुम एक फिजिक्स और मैथ्स का पेपर दो इग्नो से एंड आई सेंड यू फॉर फ्लाइंग. मैं US भेजूंगा बिकॉज ही ऑल्सो वॉन्टेड एन अर्निंग पार्टनर with him, and he convinced his parents. My father was already convinced because man has decided no for his daughter. So I think that's the idea what we generate or we have. I went to US 2008 में जब मेरी बेटी 4 साल की थी मैं US चली गई. US गई तो वहाँ जाके शुरू में लगा इंग्लिश बहुत नहीं आती है, बड़ा अजीब सा था. और इनफैक्ट मैंने एक कॉलेज में एडमिशन लिया था दिल्ली में, तो मुझे बोला गया 2 महीने बाद कि आप अपना एडमिशन विड्रॉ कर लीजिए बिकॉज आपको इंग्लिश बिल्कुल नहीं आती है और हमारे सेमेस्टर सारे इंग्लिश में हैं, यू कांट इवन प्रेजेंट. सो आई सेड ओके. मेरी फ़ीस वापस हो गई साल की. भारतीय विद्यापीठ पश्चिम बिहार का एग्जाम्पल है ये भी. सो मैं US गई और मेरी किस्मत ऐसी कि वहाँ US और इंडिया में एविएशन में रिसेशन आ गया 2008 से 2012 तक. अक्टूबर में गई PPL करके, मैं 2009 मार्च में इंडिया वापस आ गई. फीस वापस आ गई तो घर वालों ने सोचा आप क्या, हस्बैंड ने सोचा आप क्या करें, हो गया ख़त्म और कुछ काम है नहीं, क्या करोगी. तो मैंने कहा मैं कहीं जॉब करूँगी. एनीवेज दिस वाज जस्ट एन एग्जांपल. देन आई डिड माय स्टडीज़, आई डिड माय ग्रेजुएशन in 9 years. You can't imagine. I did my first year when my daughter was 1 year. I did my second year when my daughter was 4 years. When my daughter was 5th, she was running in 5th year, I completed my graduation. सिर्फ इतना मुझे प्लस मिला था कि मैं कॉलेज, हरिद्वार में कॉलेज था कनकल में, और सुबह बस पे जाती थी बच्चे को लेकर. सुबह 7-8 बजे बस पकड़ी या ट्रेन पकड़ी और 11 बजे पहुँचे और पेपर दिए और उतनी देर पढ़ पाती थी क्योंकि टाइम यहाँ भी नहीं मिलता था. इतना लीवरेज था कि मेरी अटेंडेंस वहाँ लग रही थी. कॉलेज की प्रिंसिपल मेरी मम्मी की दोस्त थी, तो मेरी अटेंडेंस उस टाइम में लग जाती थी और मैं सिर्फ पेपर, मतलब वो 45% से मैंने graduation complete किया. Then I did my double MA, then I did my doctorate, and I started working on grassroots as a social worker, and then I reached this level. So I feel that, you know, destiny also brings you here, but every woman cannot depend on destiny. Our men has to understand that there are much more things which women can do. We just don't belong to pots and pans, you know. Meghan Markle rightly said that, you know, she fought for it. We all know that. And सभी को मुझे लगता है कि कहीं ना कहीं ये कॉन्फिडेंस, हम अभी भी बात कर रहे हैं ना कि ये जेंडर रोल्स जो है ये ख़त्म हो रहे हैं, ये हमारे लेवल पे हो रहे हैं. अभी भी आप अगर आज से 30 साल पुरानी जनरेशन में जाएंगे, वहाँ जेंडर रोल्स ख़त्म नहीं हो रहे हैं. मेरी माँ भी बहुत पढ़ी लिखी है, लेकिन आज अगर वो नौकरी करना चाहे तो वो नहीं कर सकती है. वो घर से कोई काम करना चाहे तो भी हमारे पिताजी यही कहेंगे कि क्या काम खोल रखा है, क्या ज़रूरत है इसकी. तो आई फील दैट, यू नो, सोसाइटी हैज़ टू समवेयर इवॉल्व, सोसाइटी हैज़ टू चेंज. हर किसी की किस्मत नहीं होती कि हरिद्वार जैसी जगह से घर से भाग के आ जाओ. और मेरे साथ तो खैर इनफैक्ट ये हुआ कि लोगों को लगा मैं किसी लड़के के साथ भाग गई हूँ, तो घर वाले बड़े परेशान, पूरे मोहल्ले वाले बड़े परेशान. But anyways, I mean, that was not the case. But yeah, these are the stigmas which we have with us. And I request, I humbly request men of our families, they should look at their women. And kitne bhi bade ghar se ladki aa rahi ho, she should be financially enabled. Thank you.
So somewhere the gender bias is to end, but it's going to take time. Samriddhi, mentoring and networking are most crucial, for success of any business that we take up for both, for male also and a female also. But ऐसा होता है कि mentorship programs के लिए the women are not aware. They think that you have to pay up big money to learn something from your mentor. ऐसा कोई platform Dell ने बनाया है, which I know, that you provide mentorship across the globe. So how does this program work, and what is the kind of participation that you are seeing from Indian region for this program?
Okay. So yes, to answer your question in a short manner, yes, Dell does provide a platform. And like I said previously, this is something very close to the way we do business. From an SB, like Small Business India perspective, this is one of our core strategy. Like the people that we've mentored today, the women that we mentored today are going to be our customers tomorrow. And if we give them the good coaching, the right platform, the ability to connect with more seasoned entrepreneurs and also professionals, industry professionals who will provide the right inputs, I feel that we have won half of the battle. The other half is still left, but half of the battle is won. So these people get a regular access, whether it's online mode or offline mode. We conduct a lot of events where we bring the industry experts together, talk to these people, have master classes, and this is all free. We do not charge anything for the women. And women come from all levels. But obviously there's a gap because the access to this information, like a company like Dell is having such a strong platform, which is not a small thing. It is spreading across 20 countries, 50 chapters with 80,000 strong professionals in the network. So that is not a small gig, it is quite large. And if I talk about, we do a V-Cities Index, which is Women Entrepreneur Cities Index. You know which country tops the chart, which city? It is London, followed by New York, then San Francisco. India is nowhere in the picture, but to our great surprise, last year, Bangalore, and then Delhi, and finally Mumbai featured in the list. So which was definitely a good opening. And I think once we have more conducive environment for women to do businesses, where women will not shy away from asking for information, asking for capital, pitching an idea to the right investors, to companies like Dell, I think the money will flow in and they will get the right platform to have access to the technology, right platform to access to the right kind of information to instill technology into their businesses, and it will all fall in the right direction.
Right. Anshu, one last question to you. How do leadership programs and education play a big part for a success as a women entrepreneur?
So on that, I think first I'd like to vouch Dell. I worked with Dell in 2007. That is many, many years ago. I was barely 20. I don't think I was even 20 that time. And working with company like Dell, I had worked with Microsoft and Citibank before, was one of the most life-changing moments till now, even like 15, nearly 18 years later also. Because, again, like what she's saying, it's actually true, with companies, with large organizations like Dell, where leadership and training becomes the foundation of the people who you hire. So when you hire people, people want to leave that company as a better person. So which is why investing in leadership and development is very important, no matter you have 5 employees or 50 employees, or if you intend to go large. So depending on your capacity and depending on what you notice as a small business owner, it is very important to find out those elements. Like, for example, if you feel that your sales could improve with empathy, if your sales professionals understand your customer better, if you're dealing with high-level clients, or if you feel that, the data could be analyzed better. So so there needs to be an understanding of how technology works. So leadership and development on technology can also be done. So I feel, this leadership and development in terms of on organization level, I think India needs to start focusing on even at a smaller scale. That is when it will start gaining momentum for individuals. And again, in terms of, the payment aspect of it, I feel, this is a mental barrier that we have to let go of. Like, are you as committed to your personal development that you want to cut down on your shopping expenses and focus on investing in mentoring and other leadership trainings by paying a certain premium? I feel there's so many platforms available online. But, it depends on what you prioritize. If you prioritize on your long-term, growth, like if you are, for example, saving money every month, for the growth of that capital, similarly, you have to start seeing your personal development as well as a very important aspect to look at, to grow in the long term. So there are certain immediate, action that you can take, certain courses which can help you grow immediately. For example, health, like getting advice on nutrition, or, getting suggestions on body language and even speaking skills. I see a lot of new entrepreneurs, for example, are taking the stage, but I feel that stage is only as relevant as your capacity to command, the audience. So even like if you are an entrepreneur who is going to any networking event, it's very important to focus on public speaking skills. So leadership and development is a very vast topic. Just see what is important for you individually and for your team based on the departments you want to focus on, and start doing it even at a smaller level.
So we have PPP model working everywhere. So here on stage, we have public-private partnership, which is working towards women empowerment, empowering our women in India. Thank you so much, ladies, for participating and for so much insights that you have given on this. Thank you so much.
Dr. Tina Sharma, Samriddhi Bhattacharya. I request you all to kindly come forward for a group picture also.